Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. Now you say that 3 times fast. It translates to one foot transversely facing backward, forward folding posture. And it's the asana we're going to explore in today's yoga asana tutorial. Let's dig in. But first, say hi to Lucy. She's one of my 2 dogs, and I love her so much. Starting in Dandasana, getting ready to look at Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. For variation 1, you're bending your right leg behind you, but if your hips are really tight, and this is as far as you can go, I want to show you something that can really help you to open the top of your feet, your shins, and your hip flexors. So you're going to take the top of your foot, your other hand, your left hand's on the floor, and then you're pushing your foot into your hand as you grip your hand around your foot. This is going to work to start to open and lengthen your psoas, and it's going to start helping you stretch the top of your foot and your shin. You can work now from that position to start pressing your hip towards the floor. These are 2 really helpful variations when you're really still very tight through your hip and through your feet and ankles. Pressing through the foot, pressing through the hip. Good job. Take your vinyasa, cross your legs, step forward. Come into high plank and then modified drop to your knees and lower down slowly. Inhale to upward facing dog and exhale to downward facing dog. And on your own, you would do that on your left side as well. Now let's come through and look at modification 2. Assuming that your hips are a little bit looser, assuming you can get the top of your foot flat on the ground, but your hip is still really tight. So if you're taking this version, you're not able to get that glute quite on the floor yet. What you want to do is straighten your left leg, firm your quadricep, and then bring both hands to the outsides of your body. And from there, you're really working to push the top of your right foot and push your right hip down into the floor. While you're doing that, try to sit up tall, slightly arching your lower spine, really getting extension from your spine as you push your weight down towards the floor. It's going to help you open that hip up. Good job. Take a vinyasa, cross your legs, step your feet back, come into high plank position, and then lower down chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, exhale through to downward facing dog. Once you come all the way through and have a seat, stretch your legs out. Let's do the same thing on your left side. So again, we're looking at modification 2, assuming that your hip and your foot are open enough to bend that left leg behind you and get your left foot flat on the floor. You're going to work using your arms as levers to push your left hip towards the ground. And during the 5 breaths in this posture, you're trying to ground your sits bones, both of them. Push through the hands, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, slightly arch that lower back while keeping that right leg straight, your foot flexed. Great job. Cross your legs, roll forward onto your hands and knees, step back into high plank and lower into chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. Press back and move into downward facing dog. And then walk or jump through and have a seat on the floor so we can begin option 3 or modification 3. Which is a full expression of Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. So you're going to bend that right leg back, and now you're going to take your hands to your shins and slowly start to fold forward. So here, you're taking the full expression of the posture, but we're not doing the fun jump, which we'll show you in a minute. In the full expression, your sits bones are grounded on the floor, the top of your right foot is flush on the floor. You're able to bind your hands around your foot and extend your whole body over your straight left leg. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, release, and to start playing with the jump into chaturanga from here, you're going to push off the top of your right foot and take yourself back into high plank and lower into chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog, exhale back into downward facing dog. And now we're going to try to jump through into the position. So you're going to look forward, jump with your left leg bent back and your right leg extended. The full expression is to jump into the posture this way. So you can either grab your shins. If you're open enough in your body, you can wrap your arm around your foot and then start to extend out over your straight right leg. This is the full expression. So here your torso is resting on your leg. Your forehead or your chin are resting on your shin. Keep your breath steady and your bandha strong, and don't forget to keep applying pressure to the top of your left foot as you ground both sits bones. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Hands to the floor. We're going to play with that jump now. As you do so, we're going to push off your back left foot to start to learn how to initiate this movement. And then come into high plank, move back into low plank, lower down, inhale to up dog, exhale to down dog, and we're going to come all the way through to seated. If you're looking for more assistance with your yoga practice, I'm here to help. Feel free to go to olotita.com and you'll find our whole list of services from nutrition, mindfulness, meditation, pranayama, yoga, mentorship, coaching, and more. We also have a blog that we post regularly, lots of content that helps you further your own work with wholeness practices. And our social media channels are here for you too. So stay in touch, join our newsletter, and learn more about ways you can improve your wholeness in your life, from the simplest little things to big life decisions. We're here for you. Now we're going to look at the full expression where we jump through from down dog and we jump back as well. So looking forward, jump with your right leg bent behind you, your left leg straight, grab your arms around your foot and fold forward. This is the true full expression of how you enter Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. You take your 5 deep breaths here, continue pressing the top of your right foot on the floor, trying to ground your sits bones, extending your spine, and lengthening your torso. Deep breathing with sound. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the floor, and jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And coming into our left side, you're going to look forward and jump with your left leg bent behind you, right leg straight out in front of you. Bind your wrists and exhale, fold forward. Again, it's important that you're constantly trying to traction your spine. So keep pushing the top of your left foot on the floor. Keep pressing your tailbone behind you as you extend your spine out over your leg, reaching either your forehead or your chin on your shin. Deep, steady breaths. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release, jump back into chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog and come all the way through and have a seat on the floor. Good job, guys. Thank you for joining me as we explored Trianga Mukhaikapada Paschimottanasana. It's a really challenging posture for people who have tight hips. And if that's you, know that you don't have to live with tight hips for the rest of your life. If you work step by step to break down how this posture can really help you open your body and change your body in ways that you never thought possible. It just requires practice and it requires, well, patience. A lot of patience, because the modifications that I provide in the tutorial videos are specifically for you to work with for a while, to let them help you open tissue in the body in those areas in certain ways. And then when you're ready, you move on to the next modification. And that's when eventually one day you find yourself in the full expression. And it's almost like you've done nothing to get there, but you know you've done so much to get there. So be patient with yourself and enjoy the process. This channel is here for you and everyone in the world who wants to better their wholeness, who wants to take accountability for their life, take accountability for the food they put in their body and how much sleep they get at night. Really own their choices. And I appreciate you sharing these videos with people that you know can benefit, just like you, just like me. So thank you for that. And I'll see you here next week. Namaste.